Hey everyone, it's Keely here for Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for this soap making video and the drawing of the Soap with Wicked Lee book from last week's video. I hope you all have had a wonderful festive season and that you have been spoiled rotten. I have just chopped up everybody's name and popped them into my soapy jug. Now, even if you did leave me 3 or 4 comments on that previous video, everyone's name has only been entered into the jug once, just to make sure that it is completely fair to everyone that had a go at entering. So I have given them a really good mix up. Make sure I've only got one. I've got half a dozen in my hand here. Shake off all the ones. And the winner of the book here, I have got Kathy Wilson. I hope that appears on there. My tickets are a bit small this time. So Kathy, get in contact with me and I will get this book sent out to you. Now, one of the things I like to do in between Christmas and New Year is give my workshop a really deep, thorough clean. It involves pulling everything off the shelves, wiping the shelves down, getting rid of that really greasy, awful feeling, wiping up all the stray bits of glitter and micro about the shed and all that sort of stuff. Now, one of the things that I did find, well, I didn't find it, I knew it was there, was a bag full of soapy shreds. And I know all of us soapers have those bags of soapy shreds lying around if you do trim your soaps. So it is time to make another confetti soap. Now, I had in my mind one way of doing this soap. Originally, I thought I'll do it so it was a green base with all the pretty colours in it and make it look like a field of flowers. And I thought, no, I've done that with my Spring Carnival soap from a couple of years ago. I'll leave a link up in the top corner for you. So I decided I wanted to do it using some navy blue and making it look like really pretty coloured stars in the sky. The soaping gods seem to have had a completely different plan for this soap, and they appear to have liked my first idea for this soap. So I'm going to show you how I am going to be doing my confetti soap, and it has discoloured really badly. Let's go and see what happens. I have got everything set up. I'm going to make a slab of this soap because I've got lots of soapy shreds. So I've got my big bucket of oils. I have got my lye solution here, and I have got my soapy shreds. So these are all the sort of bits that I have shaved off the soaps throughout the last half of 2020. So we're just going to make one big soap using them. Whenever you do a sort of confetti soap using these sort of extra shredded bits, you need to take into account how much oil that you then need for your mold. So I weighed all of this soapy shred and I had about 400 grams of it. Now I know that my oil mix here, 100 grams of this oil mix will give me about 150 grams soap bar before it's cured. So what I've actually done, I've accounted for just a little bit more. I've taken out 200 grams of oils, so I'll end up with about 300 grams less of soap. But that extra 100 grams will just give me a little bit of play space to make a pretty top on the top of this soap, because we're not going to do much more with it. So I have got all of that calculated. I have got my fragrance oil here. I am using pink sugar type. It's got notes of strawberry, raspberry, a little bit of citrus in there as well. There's a bit of jasmine, some rose, heaps of vanilla, and some white musk as well. Now I say heaps of vanilla because this has a whopping 10% vanillin in it. But I decided that rather than doing that sort of traditional white soap with the confetti bits, I am going to use this dark navy blue from Nurture Soap, and we're going to have a really nice dark background, and hopefully all of those colours will pop through. So let's get to making this one. I'm going to start by just mixing my oils up a little bit because they have separated as they've cooled. I'm going to mix in my colour, then I'm going to do the soap as I normally would and pour it into the slab mould. So here it is. How gorgeous does that look? I had a little bit of a change of plans with the top of this one. It set up a little bit quicker than I remember this fragrance oil actually doing so. So I did mix up that little bit of mica with some olive oil to drizzle on the top, but because it had set up, I couldn't get all those really nice delicate swirls through that mica drizzle. But I'm really pleased with how the top has come together, and that sprinkle of holographic biodegradable sparkle just really tops it off. Gonna leave this one sit overnight, then we'll be back, we'll split it up into logs and then cut it open and see what the inside looks like. So, as you can see, we have had some serious colour morphing. That is definitely not a blue soap, but I'm not going to be too worried about that. I've actually done the intro before I cut this. I did actually say that when I first decided to make this soap, I was initially going to do it as a green soap with those sort of speckles of flowers through a field. So it would appear that the soaping gods liked my original idea for this soap, and that is what they decided I was going to have, was a green soap with lots of speckles through it. So I'm not too upset, but boy, I do want to make a navy blue soap, and I just don't seem to be having much luck with it. Now, I do know that it is the fragrance oil that has done that to this particular soap. I have used pink sugar type before, but admittedly I did use it in a black soap. I'll leave a link up in the corner so you can go and check out that soap that I did. So I actually didn't see how badly the fragrance oil discolored the soap, because it was a black soap, and then the pink that I put through the soap didn't have any fragrance in it, so I actually didn't see that discoloration happen. If I'd known that, I probably would have gone for a completely black soap on this one with those speckles, or have picked a different fragrance oil. But it is what it is, and I'm still actually pretty happy with it. Having that darker color, because a lot of the soap shreds that went into this were quite light colors, having that darker color on the background really makes some of those colors really pop out of here, and it does smell really good. I often get people ask if I can do the pink sugar type as a soap, and I always put it off because I know it is so high in vanillin, and so I know that those who like this fragrance will probably jump on board and come and grab some of these. I'm really liking the top of these, just that sort of really rustic simple effect, but with all that glitter and shine on there as well. I am actually pretty happy with how these have turned out, so it's not overly bad. The soaping gods have just decided this is what they want it to look like. So the next video that will be coming out will be another very sort of classic soap that most soapers make, perfect for our summer months here in Australia. That will be coming out on the weekend. So until that video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you then. Bye!